I said see how it's going to end, was see how this match is going to shake out. We did see a Kazan Mystic in the Druid of Amaz. That's not going to be an important card in this game, but it could be an important game if Dale gets down to his important card if Dale goes on to his Hunter.
That's probably why Amaz was thinking about this match. If the Druid is fine-tuned to counter other classes, but still, even with Kazan Mystic being not really a dead card, but a card that's not that relevant in this matchup, Druid is still doing the same thing, which is playing minions, attacking, and then winning with the combo. And right now, what do we know? Is this the taunt or is it the combo? This is probably the combo because we see the Force, and taunt doesn't play a single copy of Force of Nature.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the faster Druid. We see the Shade of Naxxramas as well, kind of gives us an indication of that. And innovating out the Shade on turn 1 always feels good. It's even better if you've got the Wild Growth to follow it up, but it's okay, I guess, by itself.
Well, right now, even though he has the Shade, his curve doesn't look that well. He needs to top deck something. Druid of the Claw is not a card he wanted. He still doesn't have a turn 3 and turn 4 play. From turn 5, he's going to have a couple of good plays, but for now, it's just he's too slow. So he needs to decide if he wants to attack into this Acolyte. He decides not to. For Dale, I think his hand is alright. He has this Acolyte. He can use Taskmaster to get to get a draw and to start attacking. This is exactly what Alchemix was doing before. Just develop those small minions early and try to get an advantage, try to get an edge, abusing the fact that Amaz doesn't have a play. Wow, that's a great play.
In the words of Amaz himself, that's a card.
Yeah, that's definitely a card. That's probably the best 4-drop you can play against Warrior, especially because of brawls and other stuff.
It's pretty good. Fiery War Axe though for Dale, it's it's good that at least he has that answer. And he's going to be able to trade off for the 3/2 that comes off as well. Does have Shield Maidens. He's going to want to get them out turn 6 because he's starting to get a little bit low on health. You got to watch your health against the Druid. Just from the beginning of the game, you've got to be aware of your life total, and Warriors have got to get that armor off.
By the way, Amaz got a Priest card from Pilot to Shredder. I'm not even surprised.
That's true. Are there any others? Priest cards? I think it's just that one, right?
Yeah, Priest is having 2 drops, so that's one of the most prominent 2 drops for Priest. And the chance of Amaz getting a Priest card was actually pretty low.
It was actually pretty high. Let's be honest, Nim. The chances of him getting a Priest card were pretty high.
Agreed. So what do you do here? Azure Drake is a nice card to get. Playing Azure Drake instead of Druid of the Claw is fine because you do get a card to increase the quality of your hand. And Azure Drake is not easily killable here with the 2 free attack sources.
Yeah, this is it's pretty difficult. See where this is going to go in turn 5. We're going to see a second Acolyte by the looks of it.
Because he probably wants to Whirlwind. So with Acolyte, you can trade with Azure Drake and then Whirlwind. But then you can just attack the Drake first and see what you get. Like, draw a card first from... Oh, wait. Actually, he can draw more cards before Whirlwind. Like, you just Whirlwind first, draw 2 cards, and then trade. Yeah, that's pretty smart. I like it.
That's pretty good play. And he's going to, as you say, draw those cards. Gets the... Defender of Argus. That's interesting.
Yeah, so Dale is playing in a way so that he still has the one... Oh, Amaz mostly missed turn 3, but Dale has the minions. He got a lot of cards, so the quality of his plays will be very high starting from the next turn with Shield Maidens. If you play Shield on, let's say turn 7, Shield Maiden into Shield Slam. That's one of the best counters in the game against Ancient of Lore, for example.
Yeah, absolutely. Maz is looking. He doesn't have any great mana efficient turns. He could deal with this this Acolyte. He could develop a Druid of the Claw.
I think you develop Druid of the Claw as it sounds and attack with the Shade.
He can make him overdraw for 1 if he wants to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's actually doing anything. You can possibly try.
Amaz just loves making people overdraw, so
Yeah, I know. That's a fair point, and if you actually burn Grom, that would be pretty huge.
Well, that happened to you yesterday. There's the Shield Slam. Oh, that's perfect. So I guess you do Shield Maiden turn 6, and then next turn, second Shield Maiden, Shield Slam.
Yeah, exactly for the turn 7. But this shade is getting bigger and bigger, and also Amaz is keeping the board cleared, so that's a pretty smart play around Brawl.
That shade is just absolutely massive at this point.
How much damage is there? Let's say in 3 turns, 7, 8, 9. In 3 turns, the shade will have 10 attack. So the combo is 26. So this is something Dale has to think about. On turn 9, he has to have more than 26 health.
Yeah. That's insane. Well, we'll see if the shade does manage to get any huge attacks off. That'd be pretty crazy. But he does have to choose here. This feels like a pretty obvious Shield Maiden to me, but Dale's thinking about the Sylvanas.
I like Sylvanas as well. If there is no silence and you've just seen Keeper, so you don't expect silence, you give yourself a chance to steal the shade.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Actually, this could well be a better play with the 2 Shield Maidens in hand. That if the Ancient of Lore comes down, you trade the Sylvanas. You kill the 2/4 with the Sylvanas, and then you play Shield Maiden, Shield Slam your own Sylvanas, and then steal either a 5/5 or an 8/7 shade.
You can also just Shield Slam the 2/4 and trade your Sylvanas to the 5/5 and steal the shade. So there's a couple of options, and all the options are good. Like whatever happens, if there is no silence from Amaz, and like being Dale and thinking, if he doesn't have a second silence, I'm basically good. So a very tricky turn for Amaz.
He's gonna Wrath here.
Wow, that's like a next level play.
He Wrathed his own shade for...
I like it, that's ballsy.
Okay. Oh, there's the Brawl. Wow.
Well, to be honest, it means that Amaz will have... With Innervate, Amaz has how much mana next turn? 10. And he is getting his opponent really low. Even though... Right now this board is really tricky. Like, how do you... steal the shade, kill everything? Can you do that?
Can you steal the shade and kill everything?
I think you can with slam. If you slam the 2/4, attack it with a weapon, then armor up, attack with Sylvanas into the
4/4
cat. Yeah, and then use. Is there a Taskmaster? Yeah, there is a Taskmaster.
Okay.
So that's
Let's do that. That sounds good.
6. Yeah, that's pretty much the turn you can do, and you still save the Shield Slam for Ancient of Lore or anything that is a 5/5 and it's not Lothab.
What now?
But the question is, that's a lot of effort. The question is, do you really do it? Is it like, yeah, you can also just brawl.
And if Amaz top decks a Savage Roar, if you don't put the Defender Vargas, this is lethal anyway.
Oh man, the worst
option.
For Dale.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess he maybe didn't want to commit as many card resources to a move in Sylvanas like that, but it's difficult.
Brawl was definitely easier, and there was a good chance to get a cat that has charge, so you can attack with it, or just getting that massive shade. Here Amaz just pushing the advantage, and that's why also Druid is so good versus Warrior. Warrior already at 9, and Force of Nature in Amaz's hand. He also has the draw potential. Like if the board is getting cleared somehow, even though after Lothab it will be troublesome, he still has Ancient of Lore just in case.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Amaz here. on the Druid, and the Druid just has crazy burst potential. You know, like I say, Savage Roar comes off the top, and this game is over. So Dale is only ever one card away.
Isn't this game just over right now? No, I think not really actually. Or is it?
What now?
What's the way to kill this board?
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if there is a. Well, if he armors up and Shield Maidens, he goes up to 16, and then then he's still dead because the hero power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is over.
Even with Ragnaros hitting the 5/5, so he doesn't play Ragnaros at all.
Nope. He's going for the... Okay, the Defender of Argus.
I like it, and the game is not over with it. He was able to actually set up a board and taunts. And this only proves like the Defender of Argus is an interesting choice and a card that can be used. Looking at the standard options, we decided that the game is over because Ragnaros didn't do it. There was no way for the Shield Maiden to do it with armor up. But then Defender of Argus put him in a situation where he's still in the game, and Amaz is actually getting lower and lower. Golden Chasm Mystic. And right now the Shield Maiden, the spells are back because Lotheb is already played, and Shield Maiden will be useful with Shield Block. And Warrior can actually escape thanks to that. Wow, that's amazing. We lost Callum for a moment, so I'll continue along, guys. In this situation, it seems like a repeat from the last game where Amaz played Mage versus Dale. Even though right now Amaz has many more tools to win the game because he still has double combo, or at least like double Saboteur at one force. And as mentioned before, he can draw cards. But Dale barely surviving in a very tough spot with this Defender of Argus. And this is one of the strengths of Warrior, that he can come back from those tough situations and use the cards in the end game to just pull himself over. Whoa, a Grom pickup, and he has 10 mana and a slam. That's it, that's lethal. If he slams his own Grom, he kills Amaz right now. What a game. Can he spot that? Can he, because he didn't slam his own Acolyte before, but he is getting slam and Grom. He reads the slam and he spots that. He has lethal, and Dale is going to take a second game with his Warrior. We thought he is going to play aggro decks, but he is playing this control matchup really well on the back of his Defender of Argus being non-standard card in this Warrior list.